Wrong screen. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Wildewitch RP, another session of our live play TTRPG sessions. What is Wildewitch RP? Well, that's me, Faye, Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We're a couple who love sharing stories, so much so that we quit our day jobs and we created our own company. That way we could create high-quality, exciting TTRPG experiences full-time and share them with you. And tonight, we're playing D&D. This session features the Burning Veil storyline, set in our very own Velinara campaign setting. It's a deeply personal tale of trust, betrayal, magic, and magnificent ambition, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more information. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it's time for introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at Sirenscape.com. And now, let us meet our courageous, daring heroes as they continue on their quest for these ritual materials. To gain the assistance of Lady Araxibus. So, why don't we start with an introduction for Bracken?
For me? Hey friends, how's everybody doing? It's Thresh back from his stint in jail in Canada, and we're here to have a great time back on the free side of the law. I'm reformed, and I'm genuinely here to be a good guy and make a good choice. Bracken, on the other hand, is here to help his group, but he doesn't believe in any magic, so this seance thing is going to be a bunch of wumbo-jumbo.
I feel like I have to put a disclaimer in that was a joke.
What?
Your introduction.
Which part?
The Thresh part.
I did.
I understand that. But there's context. So with that, let's go on and we will get an introduction for Avi.
I don't know if I can.
Please.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I'm playing Avi. She is a half-elf bard sorcerer. She cares a lot about her friends. She is always quietly humming, and she's a bit spooky.
Like a fridge.
Oh my god. I need you to not.
Oh my god. We are going to move to get an introduction for Cecil. Please.
Hi, I'm Brent. I play Cecil Darkholm. He's a forest gnome, cavalier, has problems trusting people. He's working on personal relationships to the best of his ability. And he's gonna do what he can to help his friends. That's it.
Amazing. And then, last but not least, our newest addition, let's get an introduction for Z.
Hello everybody, my name is Bo. I'm playing Z. They are a changeling artificer, homebrew class bone cobbler situation. They are a very emotionally traumatized person who want to live a simple life. However, the death of their closest friends have brought them to a not so desirable profession. But yeah, they are just a very quiet and very, let's say calculated person, but I guess we'll see what happens.
We shall definitely see what will happen here. But with our introductions covered, we are good to begin. So, brief recap. You have gone to Gloom Noir, a capital city within Vale d'Umbra. And you have made a few acquaintances here in your pursuit of how best to follow the trails ahead of you in relation to it seems, a third salvation key being built, as Cecil had shared from his vision. Along the way, however, it seems that your veil-burned energies are once more unstable and could be endangering not just your bodies, but your very life. And as you were setting out to meet with Lady Araxibis, a tiefling who is a traveler of the different Veils and a specialist in more occult knowledges and practices, she arrived on your doorstep at the Ravenmere Manor, and after an introduction to Z, who had also sought the Lady Araxibis for knowledge and assistance, the Araxibis has offered another ritual to aid yourselves in the, it seems, struggles of your veil burns. But you were sent out to collect items that would be necessary for the ritual. The ritual needed the skull of a seer or a mage, a pair of either sapphires or rubies, sap from a tree that had died, and soul ash. And you have 3 of the 4. Rubies, skull, and sap. All that is left now is to find the soul ash. And so, as we join up with you all, you are on the streets of Gloomnor. You've had, some of you, fully your burrito bowls from Mummy's Wraps just down the way. But what do you all do? What do you all do now? Where would you like to head to try and find the soul ash?
Alright, well, we could always go to the cathedral, see if we can get soul ash from there.
That seems like the most direct route.
Fair. We gotta be in a place that sells a lot of soul. Is soul ash something that would be, considered not great to have on hand?
Well, I mean, the church has it, so
Well, all right.
it's a material component. It's
I mean,
common.
it seems a little strange to have that readily available.
I mean, it's common enough that it's obtainable.
It seems evil and dubious in its natures.
What makes you say that, Bracken?
It's made out of souls.
If anyone would like to roll for me a Arcana or a Nature check here.
Please.
I'm
That-
gonna do nature.
Bumped off the side of my screen.
Oh no. Cecil and Z know that while soul ash is in part crafted of souls, it is harvested akin to ore. It comes out of mountains and rock. It doesn't come from people. It's just soul energy that has grown into the landscape of the realm that you walk.
Yeah, Bracken, it's more of a soul's energy just kind of solidifying. It's not necessarily made of people. It gets mined out.
That's what they want you to believe.
All right. Well, you believe what you want. All we need to know is that we need to get it.
I'm
I mean-
sure that the name is a common misunderstanding.
Look, I get necessary evils and all that, but I'm just making sure we're all on the same page. All right.
All right. So, cathedral. Yeah. You are able to make your way to the Cathedral of Desarian very easily. You've been here a few times. Of course, most of the other times you've just been going around the back to get to the Scriptorium Umbranari. But, yeah, you make it to the cathedral and... Hold on, I'll just find my notes. Yeah. You are, as you move up, it's an imposing and very beautiful structure. Gothic, dark, but it seems to be haunting as you look at it in a way that isn't quite frightening, but it lingers in you. And you can, again, understand why so many devotees of the god of death make the pilgrimage, or at least attempt to. And as you rise up to the cathedrals, as you enter through the doors, you are met by an acolyte there. And hello, and welcome. Is there something that you are searching for?
Yes, we're looking for something called Soul Ash.
We have soul ash available in our stores for purchase.
Oh, that's wonderful.
How much of it will you be needing?
I just sort of gesture to everybody else. I'm just like, I'm unsure of how much we would need, but I mean,
At the table, did she say how much we needed?
She did not for this one, but you recall the needed amount for the last ritual was about 3,000 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a lot of money that we don't have.
Now, is your soul ash ethically sourced from like criminals and bad people, or is there like a non-organic soul ash varietal that we could get that might be a little bit cheaper? Or
Soul ash, well, it holds remnants of the soul that spawned it. Is not so easily discerned of who it came from originally. All it holds is the remnants and echoes of the last emotions felt.
so what you're telling me is you're not sure where you source your product from?
No, our product is sourced from the Raven Gorge Mountains.
Right, but you don't do a lot of background checking on it.
There's no way to background check soul ash. It is like sand through the fingers. You cannot piece together an identity through sand.
Bracken will lean over to Cecil. People used to say that about chocolate bars, and now look where we are.
I do have a question. It may seem strange, but has anybody ever voluntarily given any sort of memory or emotion that could make soul ash.
If such a process has been discerned, it is not one that I am aware of. The closest to what you are asking for is not a voluntary option. It is the entrapment of a soul in a soul gem for something so pure. As I said, soul ash is but the echoes, the last latent emotion.
Okay.
Is there any way I could voluntarily give some of my soul to this?
Z, you would know that given enough time and research, you may be able to find a way to create soul ash substitute, but that is not something that you'd be able to have time for in this moment. That would be an extended research project.
What if we do this? What if, instead of going off of past memory, I just ask your Exibus how much we need, and we can go from there?
Real quick, can I get a persuasion check from Bracken? Just for his chocolate comment.
I mean, depending on who you ask, it's factual, but
Oh,
Yeah, depending on who you ask, it's factual.
Cecil's gonna turn to look at Bracken after he said that, just kind of squint his eyes for a second, and then his eyes are gonna get really big, and he's just gonna turn back to the conversation. That's it, thanks.
I love it. So yeah, what do you do, Avi?
I will cast Sending
Okay.
to your Exibus.
Okay.
So we're out shopping. Just quick question. Exactly how much soul ash do we need?
Hopefully you are finding the materials sufficiently. About 700 gold pieces worth of soul ash should suffice.
$700. Do we have that?
I only have a few gold pieces. I don't have a lot.
I can put forward 400.
I have 1,300 gold pieces in my pocket.
Oh, we only need 300.
I
Okay.
only have 200.
Okay, well, you know what? If Bracken has 1,300, I can put forward 400. I'm sure Bracken will agree with me when I say that we can handle it.
Well, for the money, I want to know where this soul ash is coming.
It comes from the mountain, Bracken. We need 700 gold worth of soul ash.
Fine. Bracken will put forward the money. I'm putting
Bracken.
forward, what, 400?
I'm
3.
putting forward 400. You put 3.
I'll split it 350 so you have some pocket change.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so 350 from the each of you, and the acolyte will head off. And as they return, it's with a small pouch. It's been tied off with twine, and you can feel it is definitely. It's not as heavy as sand, but it's heavier than if it had been full of a full ash. And you have 700 gold pieces worth of soul ash.
Could I talk to the acolyte really quickly as they're walking away or whatever they're doing?
Yeah, they stand there in case there were any more questions, so easily enough you're able to catch their attention. Yes.
Listen, I have some stuff, I guess, just some things that I think would, I guess, contribute to this whole soul ash thing. Is it possible for me to meet you later? I mean, I don't want to intrude or impede on anything, but also another question is, if I do donate some of what I have, is there a possibility that death is possible, if that makes any sense?
We are not in a manner of harvesting soul ash. We utilize it in various of our rituals and our practices. I may not be able to assist you. You may find scholars to be more available. But if you have need for confessions, the church and the temple will welcome you. And death waits for all in their time.
I will just sort of nod and walk away. Thank you, sir.
And he'll give a nod. Any other questions for the acolyte, or do you all head back to the Ravenmere Manor?
We have one more stop.
Oh yeah, you do have one more stop.
You're right.
Well,
No, we're good. We'll just go back to the banner.
no, well, you can. I have one more stop.
We're gonna be late. We gotta go.
Bracken, we need to get her ring first.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's something precious to her.
Yes.
When you return to the jeweler, the ghoul, seeing the ghoul enter in again, puts down the jeweler's manacle. You've returned.
Said I would.
Well within the time that we'd hold this. And as you have paid for, and he presents, the ring is present, first and foremost, but it is also cleaned. It seems to shine in this etheric and ghostly light, and while it's different than the yellow daylight that you remember seeing it in Veil of Mortalis, it is just as beautiful.
Thank you for this. It's been a while since I've been able to take care of it.
It is a sturdy make. It should last you years to come, even every so often, if you forget to take care of it.
I sure hope so.
Do enjoy your ring cleaned and the chain. And you are able to pick up your purchases.
Okay, now we can go back to the house.
Very well.
You return to your Axbers, who is in a conversation with the Lady Irwithel. upon your return. It doesn't seem to be a business that's likely already gone by, but now it's more pleasantries, casual conversation. And the lady here with Elle will stand as you all enter in. Your assistants have returned as she looks to your Axibis, who is looking at you all. I do hope that there will be no damage to the furniture or the estate. And we shall see what comes next. Please do be careful, as Lady Irothel then directs that comment towards all of you.
I guess we'll try. These things, it's hard to be careful.
Z is correct. Rituals, as we have experienced, can be fickle. But I believe you all have gathered what is necessary, as the skull is again on the table.
Yes, we did.
Good.
I have some of it as well, and I'll pull out the jewels, whichever ones they are.
Rubies.
And I'll place them on the table.
The gems to be placed in the skull. The sap shall be able to hold them in place.
I'll pull out the sap.
I'll start taking some of it, putting it on the back of one of them, and squishing one in. Hey, almost a perfect fit.
I'll say kind of quietly to Z, I didn't know that we were doing arts and crafts.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it either, but, little joys in life.
I guess.
Which of you has the soul ash? If you could, please empty it and underneath the skull.
Bracket will make a small pile and lift the skull onto the pile.
You have a very good intuition. Set it down just so. And then looking to each of you, your Axibis, hand under her chin. Do any of you have the capability of conjuring fire?
Yeah, I do.
Yes?
We just need a bit of it, enough to light a spark here with the soul ash.
If you would allow me, I take out an arrow and I cast flame arrows on it.
Okay. I'm assuming to kind of use this almost like a
Almost like a utility situation, even though it's not
yeah,
usually for utility.
no, it's like when you're lighting the traditional incense where you've got like the
Yeah.
stick that has the embers on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easily enough done. And you see where the soul ash does begin to burn, and it is a purple and blue indigo sort of flame that erupts underneath. As it begins to burn, and what you all watch is that between the violet and indigo flames, the red of the rubies gleaming, the sap begins to cure, begins to harden, and there is a shifting energy. The veils begin to fray, begin to rip, and as this happens, Euraxibase looking down. Perfect. Now, each of you, gaze into the eyes of the skull. Reach in and grab the embers of the ash.
I begin to slowly do it, hesitantly.
Cecil will do it without hesitation.
Okay. Cecil.
Okay. Oh boy.
Cecil, you stare in, and your hand reaches through the flames to grab the burning soul ash. And as you take the embers, you only need a pinch of them. I want you to make me a perception check. Okay. I will keep your 12 in mind.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. Could I do like an insight or perception like Cecil did?
For this one, it is perception based on the check of what you're doing here.
Okay. Well,
Alright, I will keep your 10 in mind. Z, you are a bit more hesitant as you reach out. You are easily able to gaze at the skull, but reaching in through the fires causes you a pause, but you reach in and you grab hold of what you need. Avi? Marakin?
I'll reach forward.
Okay. Avi, you reach forward. You grab hold. And perhaps you expect a burning sensation, but before you can even really process that, I need a perception check. Okay. Bracken,
Yes.
everyone else is reaching in for the ritual. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, if everyone's going to play along with this silly magic thing, Bracken will too.
Okay. You reach into the fires, you grab the embers, you look into the gem-like eyes here. And I need a perception check, Bracken. 21. Bracken, you may roll your eyes at all of this. And it is you and Avi. As you reach in, something about the ritual, it seems, causes your perceptions to shift. As you are not burned by the fires. And as you see the trails of the torn threads of the rifts and the veils, they are drifting off through a amorphous and misty realm. It is ethereal, and it waits between the different veils. The veils. And that is where you find yourselves. And Cecil, Z, you find yourselves in this ethereal realm, but it is less coherent. You don't quite follow how you moved from the realm to here. But you do notice around you that it is not where you once stood. Not entirely. There are echoes of it in the areas around you. Like the room is a ghost. Perhaps you are ghosts to the room now. But you have these currents. And perhaps, like you had called forth the visuals and the visions of Thaleros, these connecting threads will take you to the source. If only you can follow them.
Is there any way to kind of begin following one of those trails?
I'm glad you asked. As you all have the idea that you could follow these, I'm going to ask for survival checks to try and move through this realm.
Okay.
Do Avi and I have an easier time at it?
Not for the sense of this. It was more just of how aware you were of your surroundings.
Understood.
We're going for narrative.
Well, yeah. Bracken and Cecil, you are trained warriors and apply such a control of your body in this strange place to navigate the currents, and you find the ones that seem to be the most connected to you. Avi and Z, however, you get lost in the different currents that are in the space. There are sensations, other currents, it seems, that try to push you, pull you off the course, and you are struggling. I will say, anyone who would like to try and gain more knowledge about the currents can roll for me an Arcana check, and knowledge may be able to help you combat this.
Oh no.
Oh no, Avi, is that what I think it is?
No, it's
Okay.
damn close.
It is damn close. Avi, you're just a little caught off guard here. You were present enough to figure out where you were, but now that you've gotten to a place where you've been comfortable in your life, you don't feel like having to run away and find these pocket spaces where you can just forget about everything and exist. That it's getting a bit harder when all you just want to do is find your way back. You have to push forward. You don't know what's going on here, but you look to your friends and they all seem to have faces like they are understanding something. And they can help you. You know that. Bracken.
Yes.
Z. Cecil. These currents are natural. They are the currents of the veil. The energies of life and death that drift from the places of creation through the mortal plane and on into the domains of entropy, on into the domains of the abyss. Perhaps having that knowledge, that understanding that these are a natural force may be able to assist with the understanding that while they are natural, they are still of an arcane existence. You can use perhaps other skills, more than just your physical selves, to combat their more negative side effects.
I was gonna say, because Z is kind of very reactive and emotional, is it okay that if I try to roll another survival, I kind of want it to deliberately fail?
I will say if you want to fail, sure. So you want to go off course.
I honestly, with how Z is, they are just a very reactive and emotional person that if they see something that can pull their focus away, they're going towards it. It's kind of like, oh no, I'm seeing something like a vision of past trauma or whatever, and I want to try and get rid of it. That's their thing, is get rid of it. I don't want people to see it.
So, right now, all that you have seen right now are just these threads. There doesn't seem to be any visions attached to them. And you would know from what your activist had said is that this is a ritual to bring you to the source of your veil-burned marks. So, you can continue along this course to see where it goes, but so far there's not been much of a reaction, save for the fact that you are getting caught and tangled in other currents that seem to pull you off of the one that your companions are following.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. What about Avi? What's going on with Avi?
I'm just trying to stay as close to everyone as possible. I don't know what's going on. They seem to have it figured out to some degree.
You can easily stay close to Z, who, while a new addition to your group, is someone that you share an understanding with on certain matters. And who's also proven to be helpful. The two of you can try to remake your survival checks, or, understanding that these are perhaps more arcane in nature, you may utilize perhaps other abilities or skill sets that you think will help you set your course as you move through this ethereal realm.
I'm gonna redo survival, even though it's kind of like deliberate failure. I want to try again in terms of.
Yeah.
It's sort of like this is kind of showing how vulnerable they are and they don't want it to happen, but it's happening to them anyway. Because with stuff like this, it just happens.
Okay.
I'd like to see if there's a pull in any certain direction.
There are pulls and pushes in all directions around you, which is how you got tangled up. But you
Okay.
can see that Bracken and Cecil do have a direction that they are following, and that is one tether that all of you have, a current that all of you seem to experience.
Okay. Well, let's go for survival and see if we can't just zero in on that then.
Okay.
It's better.
Z and Avi, you are struggling. You were before you got pushed off course. And you struggle now as you get back on course. It is not the easiest of travelings as your companions seem to make it out. Some of you are, it seems, visibly pushed and pulled by the energies here. But you are able to follow after that trail. Perhaps at a bit of a distance. And perhaps your steps waver here in this naturally unnatural place. Is while this exists, and you know that it exists, this is not a place where you are meant to be. At least, not you as you are now. But you press onwards. And as you do so, you feel yourselves getting closer. You don't know closer to what, but it's something. It reaches inside of you, and you know that you are. I want you all to roll for me perception checks, please. Avi, Cecil, Bracken. What you see is just some bright and blinding light in this area that really doesn't have much of colors or shapes. But see, what you see is beyond that there looks to be a gateway. And as you are looking at this, you all feel a crash, a current that rushes over you. It's almost as if you are at the bottom of a river that courses atop of you. His spirits are brought into this chamber. Angered spirits. Ones that should be passing on to the afterlife, but see your group here holding on to what they wish desperately for. And we are going to roll initiatives.
Oh,
Yeah!
ghost battle.
Let's go! Let's go!
Roll 12.
Oh my gosh,
I was almost on an 18. Why did you do that to me?
Because we would have been 10, 11, 12, 13.
well, I mean, 6 is half of 12. I know it's not the same. Alright, Sirenscape doesn't want to play battle music for me. It's okay. I'll get her back up. She's not responding. But we have our spirits will go first. And then we have Cecil, Avi, Bracken, C, damn. Cool. So, our spirits rush over you all, and they are plentiful, but you see 6 figures amongst them that stand out. And as they rush towards each of you, you see a larger spirit sort of lurking in the back, waiting. The first one will go towards... we've got one towards Cecil, one towards Bracken, one towards Avi, one towards Z, another towards Z, and the last towards Bracken. So everyone gets 1, Z and Bracken get 2. So.
Well, hey.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that.
So, we will start off with the one attacking Cecil. Cecil, remind me, you have a Fey Restoration mark, yeah?
I do.
Okay. So, let me just take a quick look here. The attack that comes towards you is ferocious, and as it strikes forward, the claws of this specter tearing through 21. Does that hit?
That hits.
All right. You feel that it passes through your armor and into your very essence, and as it claws through, that's going to be 12 points of necrotic damage, and then you feel your soul burst into a flame concentrated on your veil burned mark as you take an extra 8 points of necrotic damage. And can I get a Constitution saving throw?
18.
Okay, you're fine. It's just the damage. Avi,
Yeah,
there's one in front of you
sure.
with a 15 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and that'll be 10 points of necrotic damage. And can you roll me a Constitution save?
A 4.
Avi, you feel yourself weakened as this specter begins to siphon your life, feasting on what it cannot have. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 10. Then we've got, well, hold on. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, introduced by 10. We've got the 2 on Bracken making their attacks.
No.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We've got a 21
I mean, yeah.
and a 7.
No.
13 points of necrotic damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 15.
You just feel the cold grip of death that passes through you, but it is gone in a moment. And then the 2 near Z. We've got a 12.
Doesn't hit.
And then the 9 will definitely miss then.
Mhm.
And as our specters finish out their turns, some of them feasting on the life energies that they were able to grasp from your group, this is where we must take our first ad break. So, Stick around with us. We will be right back. But before we go, I ask that you hang out and chat and you let the ads run. You can turn down the volume, but please don't mute them or leave us. Ads are a huge part of how we keep our games affordable here. You can always also make a direct donation. We have got a link to my Ko-fi on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help support us at Wildewitch RP, but they also unlock awesome perks for our entire Wildewitch RP community. These perks benefit everyone who plays with us for the entire month, and can include special companions, double treasure, and double XP, as well as even new quests. So, stick around with us. We will be right back.
Boo.
Ooh, so spooky. Hi, welcome back. We are picking up here in the middle of battle. Our spirits just took their turn. The 6 of them crowding around your group and trying to steal and eat life energy. And Cecil, it's your turn.
I will attack the spirit in front of me.
Go for it.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 will hit the spirit.
$13. 24 damage total.
Alright, 24 damage total. And this is a magical warhammer, so as your bludgeon cuts through the incorporeal figure, you see as it dissipates, burst apart under the pressure of your attacks.
Excellent. Can I move over and flank one that is on Z?
Yeah, you can move into a flank with one of them upon Z.
I'll do that and end my turn.
As your turn comes to an end, it is Avi's go.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do, Avi?
I'm gonna try and firebolt this thing. I don't want it on me.
Yeah.
It's a 20 to hit.
A 20 will hit.
That's 10 fire.
Alrighty, 10 fire. As you release the firebolt, it impacts, and you watch as it begins to try and eat away at the energies, but it doesn't have much that it can hold on to. It seems that it is resistant to your fire damage. But it does take some. Anything else, Avi?
No, that's it.
Bracken, you've got 2.
Well, those 2 are gonna get pounced. We're gonna go for 1 right now. And we're gonna do that. And that. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will hit.
Well, that one's gonna take 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
How about another 12 points of damage? What do you say to that?
Another 12 points of damage has this one bursting apart.
Excellent. And I'll turn to focus on the other one.
Okay. And with that, Z will come to your turn. You've got a flank with Cecil on one of the creatures, the specters here, but you do have 2 of them around you.
I'm going to just pull out both of my hand axes, and I am just going to try and hit one of them and then cross over and hit the other. So hopefully this will work.
Okay.
I do have two weapon fighting.
No worries. One of your attacks will be made with advantage because of the flank.
Sweet. Okay. Advantage. Go. One more. So the 22.
22 definitely hits.
Okay. First one is going to be 2 hit points of damage. Second attack for the other one.
Okay.
Would the other one be with advantage, or would that one just be flat?
Just a flat roll on that one.
Flat roll? Okay, I got you. 10.
So, unfortunately, the second attack does not strike through as you cross over trying to hit, but you would notice that with your attack through the one in front of you, between you and Cecil, as your hand axe cuts through it, it doesn't seem to take as much damage as you hoped. It seems perhaps resistant, as it is a standard weapon, not one of magic.
Chip.
So that is your action, your bonus action. Do you do anything else on your turn? I believe you have 2 attacks as a artificer of your level.
I do.
So if you want to take another swing at either one of them.
You know what? I'm going to... I have, like... So, I have a backpack. It has, like, some of my potions hanging off of it. I am going to take one of my potions, and I'm going to break it. It is called, This is Breath, and they will have to make a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1 minute.
Alright, so,
And this could affect both of them, because it's almost like a cloud, almost.
Alrighty. And just want to look at this. So this would be with how I'm looking at this, would likely take an action to apply. So
Dang it. Okay. Wait. No, I'm holding both of my axes. I can't use my claws. I can't use it.
you could I would say you can drop one of your axes. You can't put it away, but you can drop one as a free action.
Okay. I will drop one and I will attack with my claws.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Sad trombone. It's fine.
So
But you yeah, you just see I like go for one hit another. I drop my axe and I just swipe. I completely just, as my claw glows through, it just, of course, doesn't hit because it's a ghost versus physical material, so it just won't work.
Okay. So, as the axe is dropped and the claws come out, you are trying to, and for a moment, you just feel one of those currents, those winds cut in, and it seems to stumble you for a moment, and you are unable to strike. But you still stand, ready to go. But then we have that large spirit figure that was lurking in the back. And as it comes forward, you see a creature that you would have likely expected on Vale d'Ambra. But this one seems to be larger than life here in between the veils. And as it looks over your entire group, it seems to be drawn to you, Cecil. And, it's going to try and siphon away your soul. I will ask I will ask for a Constitution save, Cecil.
23.
23. Yeah, you are able to resist much of the damage here. And instead of the full amount, you will take 4 points of necrotic damage, as you can feel, again, some of that life energy being torn and ripped from you. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's only for the specters. Sorry. I was remembering fight mechanics here. But yes, the Soul Feaster is here, trying to feast upon the souls. But then our specters, again, continue to circle around, and the one trapped between Z and Cecil sniffs on the air and smells the life energy that comes from Cecil, and it lunges. With a 21.
That'll hit.
Or that'll be 18 points of necrotic damage, but again you feel your veil-burned mark flare upwards, and will take an extra 6 points of necrotic damage.
Alright.
And Avi, you still got one in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
With a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, also I need another con save from Cecil. Avi, 12 points of damage. Cecil, you took a total of 24 damage. Your max HP is reduced by 24. Avi, I need a con save.
That's a natural 20.
All you take is that cold feel of death that moves through your body. And Bracken, you've still got one over near you. Does a 19 hit Bracken?
Yeah, it hits me.
That's 15 points of necrotic damage to Bracken, and I need a con save.
Oh, sandwich has to move.
Oh no, sandwich.
Sandwich!
Alright, 15 and a con save coming right up.
Your max HP goes down by 15.
Whoa.
As you feel some of your life siphoned and taken away from you by these creatures that wish to experience it once more. And then towards Z, a 17 to hit.
That hits by 1.
Oh no! That's going to be 9 points of necrotic damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
11?
And how many points of necrotic?
It was 9 points of necrotic damage coming towards you. And that's all that happens. You just feel a brief moment of the rush of death through your form, but nothing else seems to come about. And Cecil, it's your turn. You've got a Soul Feaster and a Spirit.
I'll attack the big guy.
Okay.
17.
A 17 will hit our Soul Feaster.
14 damage.
Okay.
Oh no, a 12.
A 12 unfortunately does not hit.
I'm gonna use second wind.
Okay. So you draw upon that well of energy inside you.
Can I use my mark?
You've been warned not to do so, as it could be dangerous.
Okay, I won't do it.
So, with that, it is Avi's go.
Okay, I'm gonna take a slash at it with my rapier. That's a 16 to hit.
16 will hit the one in front of you.
Okay, that is 8 piercing, and I'm gonna add psychic blades.
Okay.
For 9 psychic.
Okay, this specter in front of you is looking real rough. It is wavering, but it is still present. Anything else, Avi?
I'll send a bardic to Cecil.
All right, Cecil gets a bardic. And with that, Bracken, it is your turn.
We're gonna punch at this other ghost, this spooky specter, this dangerous ghoul. How do you like 16s?
16s are good. Wow, it's continuing.
Yeah, how do you like 16s?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. There we go.
Hey, I mean,
24
6
points.
plus 6 is 12.
Yeah.
So it continues, kind of. Yeah, 24. That's another one of these beasts down. Breaking apart under the barrage of fists.
Pouches.
Yeah.
Can I make a move to provide flanking to someone?
You can. You can flank with, is it Avi, who's got one between her. There's another one on Z that is open, and then there's the Soul Feaster that Cecil is looking at.
I'll give help to Cecil.
So you get over towards the big lulking figure and move into a flank position with Cecil. And as that happens, Z, it is your turn. You've got two of these creatures on you. What would you like to do?
Okay. If you would allow me, I would like to use the hand axe that I have in my other hand as I'm down as a spellcasting focus to inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. So, please. 23.
A 23 will hit.
Okay. 7 hit points of necrotic.
So,
Yeah.
as you reach out and you touch the barely there etheric energies to inflict this harmful application of your arcanum, it seems that it is unaffected and immune to necrotic damages.
Knew it. Okay. And I still have another attack.
Well, you use the action
spell.
for spell casting, yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
you have a bonus action or movement available to you, but that is about it.
Okay.
Don't think you've got much for bonus actions.
I only have 2 weapon fighting. I could use my claws again, but it still won't do anything. I just don't have any magical weapons on.
We've got one.
Aside from the one.
So with that, I believe Z, it is the end of your turn.
It is.
And our Soul Feaster is going to turn towards Bracken, who's also nearby. Bracken, can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
No, I don't think so.
You feel as this thing begins to suck and devour the energies, pulling your soul almost away from you, and that is going to be 15 points of necrotic damage as it begins to feast. And then it's our spirits go. Ollie,
Yeah,
you've got one in front of you.
I do.
Yep. And it's gonna miss with a 9.
Okay, good.
Z, you've got 2 nearby you.
Mm-hmm.
The first one will miss with a 6.
Mm-hmm.
The second one will miss with another 6. So these specters are going to rush and try and grab, and they are, again, feral, greedy. They are just trying to siphon any bit of life that they can get, take back what they once had. But it seems that that feral nature of them is their downfall here, as it makes them loose and wild. And Cecil, it is your turn. You've got a Soul Feaster that you are in flank with, as Bracken is standing there as well.
I'll attack the big guy.
Go for it.
20.
20 hits.
Points total.
Alright, anything else?
That's it.
Okay. So, heavy hits against this creature, and again, it is shadowy and lumbering. It's a little bit more solid than the specters here, but not fully, not entirely. Avi,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Okay, we're gonna try and slash at it again.
Go for it.
That's a 10 to hit.
Unfortunately, the 10 is not quite enough.
That's fine. I'm going to sink 2 sorcery points, and I'm gonna quicken spell Dissonant Whispers
Okay.
at second level at the big guy.
Okay.
Yes, let's go.
So I need a wisdom save.
That is a 10.
That is a failure. That's 14 psychic, and he needs to move away.
As he runs, Cecil and Bracken, if you would like to use your reactions, you may do so here to make opportunity attacks
On the big guy?
on the big guy.
Does it count that he's flanked?
No, because he's moving away.
16.
16 will hit.
14?
14 does not.
Cool.
So sorry. I have a reaction flash. Yes, if Bracken wants to add +3 to his roll, he can.
That would be a 17.
Okay. 17 hits.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Z.
When I hit creatures with opportunity attacks, their movement goes to 0.
Okay.
And when I hit creatures with opportunity attacks, they just blow up. They explode.
Well then, it seems that as much as Avi wanted this thing to leave, it stays. It is still broken the flank enough that you'd have to reestablish it, but we've got a friend here. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Then it is Bracken's turn. Bracken, you've got a Soul Feaster.
I would like to reestablish the flank.
You reestablish the flank, easily done.
And then we're going to just go off.
Let's go.
We're gonna go off with some single-digit numbers here. We're gonna go for a flurry of blows.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. All right. So,
3 of those will hit.
on 2 that do hit, I'm gonna spend 2 superiority die and 2 more key points. For a total of 3 on each, or 2 superiority, 3 key points total. 2 of them are gonna be stunning strikes. 2 of them are gonna be trip attacks.
Okay.
So that will be, we'll see, 15 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D8. 22 plus 15, that's math, 37 points of damage.
Cool. What are your DCs?
It is going to be a con 14 for the stuns.
Okay.
And a reading.
And you said it was 3 that you were doing for the stunning strike? 2.
2 for the stunning strike, 2 for the trip.
Alright, then the 2 stunning strikes, we've got a 15 and an 18.
So the stuns pass.
First one is a 24 on the strength,
Okay, that's probably pretty good.
and then a 21.
Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and say this passed. With the crit, though, I forgot there's gonna be an extra 8 damage and all that, so it'll be 45 points of damage.
Okay.
Cool.
Z, we come to your turn.
Yes.
You've got 2 specters on you. What would you like to do?
Okay, so the only thing that I have that is even remotely magical is my dragon wing short bow. That is the only thing I could possibly use at this point.
Your claws are considered a magical weapon, if I remember correctly.
Oh, right. Yeah, they are. I am just going to attack my claws because that's the best thing I could do at this point. I also saw my axe in the other, so I could do 2-weapon fight. So, would you consider a free action if I picked up the second axe and like put it back real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So I take up my axe, I put it back, and I attack with my claw and axe. Okay. 18 to hit for the claw attack.
Claw attack will strike.
Okay. 1d10 plus 3, that's 7 hit points. And then hand axe. That is 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay. 2. Okay. Thanks. That's another 2 hit points.
Okay. Does not hit, but you if that's your 2-weapon fighting, you still, because you've got 2 attacks as a artificer of your level, and then you've got your 2-weapon fighting where you can use your bonus action for.
Yeah. God, the only thing I can hit with is my claws at this point, because they're the only magical item I have.
You can do that with your 2 attacks. You can use the claws twice with your 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah, true. 13.
13 will hit. Specters are
11 points of damage.
that has this one looking rough, but not quite gone.
Okay.
So I believe that's all that you can do, Z.
That is all I can do. And I'm just like, really hate fighting ghosts. I always forget how much I hate it.
Our Soul Feaster doesn't like being targeted like he has been. And Cecil and Bracken are the ones that are the closest. So, it is hungry. And it is going to focus on Bracken. Bracken, I need another Constitution saving throw, please. I need a Constitution save, Bracken.
A Constitution save?
Yeah. Alright, so that is half damage as you feel, again, your soul being torn and trying to be feasted upon by this creature. That will be 8 points of necrotic damage.
Mm.
And then we have our spirits. We have 1 on Avi and 2 over near Z that will take their swings. Avi,
Mm-hmm.
that is a natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is 22 points of necrotic damage, Avi.
Okay. That was a crit. I can't use my strength of the grave. I'm down.
I need also a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, sure. That's a 6.
Your max HP is also reduced by 22.
Cool. Love it.
You just hear, Abby!
Z, the 2 attacks towards you fail with an 11 and a 6. But they do try and reach at you. As Cecil, we come to your turn.
Big guy still flanked, right?
Big guy is still flanked, currently.
Chaos. Oh no.
13, unfortunately, does not hit. But you do have a bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah. Is it 8?
It's a D8, I believe.
How about a 16?
A 16 will hit.
Max damage.
Okay, good to know. Creature definitely seems to have taken a beating, but is still in fighting condition. Avi,
Yeah,
you're down.
I sure am.
Can you give me a death saving throw, please?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I can do that. It's a 17.
That is a success. Avi, what was the last thought you had before you went down?
I don't want to leave.
Okay. Sounds good. Bracken,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Well, we've got to get rid of this thing because it's causing all kinds of problems. So we're gonna go for another flurry of blows.
Alright.
Oh wait, I have flanking, don't I?
You do.
Okay, so that's the first one.
That'll hit.
Oh,
Ooh, ouch.
oh, my tummy hurts from that one.
So the 28 and the 19 hit.
Awesome. We're gonna go for 2 more stuns and 2 more trips,
Okay.
and that will be plus 10, so 30 points of damage. And I'm still looking for this trip attack. Here we go. DC 17 on strength.
Alright.
So 14 and 17.
So the first stun, it succeeds with an 18. The first trip, it fails with a 12. The second stun would succeed with a 9, and it's already tripped, so.
Wait, it succeeds with a 9?
No, your stun succeeds with a 9.
Oh, excellent. Cool. So it is prone and stunned.
It is prone and stunned currently.
This thing's all messed up.
And so is Avi. Sorry.
That's
Impulse.
No, it's fine. That was
rude.
good.
I don't mean to be mean.
No, let those intrusive thoughts win sometimes. It's
Let them
fine.
win. Let them
Z,
win. Yes.
it is your turn.
Okay. You know what? I'm pissed off that Avi got hurt, so I am going to cast Cure Wounds.
So, Cure Wounds is a touch spell. You'd be risking 2 attacks of opportunity to get over to Avi.
All of my spells are touch. Oh, no.
I'll hang in there. You do what you gotta do. I'll hang in.
No, I can't cast Revivify because it's also touch. Okay, I'm just gonna go after this sumbitch that attacked friend. So that's the best I can do at this point. Uh, 21 to hit.
21 gets through one of the ones on you. Go ahead, roll damage.
9 hit points of damage.
That one's
and
gone.
then...
So you've got 1 left on you.
Okay, I'm going to attack with my claw again.
Go for it.
11.
And 11 just misses the specter as your claws come close and just grab wisps instead of the true specter.
As that attack misses, everybody kind of sees that Z's kind of becoming more feral, in their attacks. Like, in combat, fight or flight mode comes on, and they are just feral. But you can tell that Z is pissed, especially seeing Avi go down.
Alrighty. Then with that, our Soul Feaster is stunned and can do nothing this round. Our Spectre does not have any care for Avi, who is starting to cling closer towards death than life in its eyes. And will go after someone who's a little bit more vibrant, which will be Bracken. You have a specter coming towards you. With
Do I still have a big evil creature on me?
the big evil creature's on the ground, stunned and prone, if you recall. But that's gonna be a 7, which will miss. And then the one over near Z, the last one remaining by you, a 9 misses, so you're fine. But Cecil, it's your turn. The big guy is, again, prone and stunned. What would you like to do?
I'll hit the big guy that's prone and stunned.
Go for it. 15, unfortunately, just misses.
Dang.
Anything else, Cecil?
That's it.
Avi,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
Yeah,
Can you roll for me a death save?
I sure can. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
You are up with 1 HP. There are no specters on you. There's
Right.
one on Cecil, one on
Amazing.
Z, and the Soul Feaster that is prone
Uh-huh.
on the ground.
Okay. How far away is the Soul Feaster?
Oh, maybe like 20 feet from where you fell.
Cool. Oh, I can't get there. I'm gonna get up.
Okay.
That gives me 15. I'm gonna. Oh, my scrolling's not working. Hold on. There it goes. I'm going to cast False Life at 4th level.
Okay.
Because I need help.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give Bardic to. I gave it to C, so we'll give it to Z.
All right. Z gets a Bardic.
Sorry.
Thank you.
And then
What's the die for that one?
It is a D8.
Sweet.
I believe that's all you can do this turn, Avi.
Yes, that's everything.
Bracken, it's your go.
We will. We're gonna deal with the specter on them. Oh, come on.
The first 2 will hit the Spectre.
It was tucked away in a corner. I almost had a crit.
I'm sorry.
18 damage.
Spectre is gone. Leaving just one Spectre in front of Z and the Soul Feaster on the ground.
The big boy. Yes.
Yeah. Anything else from Bracken? I don't believe so.
Nope.
Then Z, we come to you. There is one Spectre left. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go at this. I'm gonna go at him. I'm fully lost of control at this point. So
I will remind you of a D8
Bardic and
Bardic.
I'm gonna add that to my roll. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 will hit.
Yay. Okay. Seriously? Okay, 4 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for another hit. Natural 20.
Heck yeah.
Natural. That is in hit points of damage, and then whatever else is added on will be added on.
It'll actually be 19 points because of the way that we do ours. So it'll be 10, 6, and that extra 3. And 19 points is enough for this creature to be torn by your bone arm. The claws cut through the spirit like ribbon. And as you watch and witness that, our soul feaster will disappear into shadow as well. And it seems, pushed back away from your ritual, allowing you to continue. You, in the light here of this gateway, as the initiative ends, you feel the binding of the veils here. And it's almost as if it is woven into your skin. Go ahead. Roll for me perception checks here. Z, Avi, Bracken. You sense those bindings and you feel them, and you look and you see threads almost, those currents that you had followed, but now you can feel through you. And you can see where those threads, as they stretch on, seem to widen, become these conical tunnels, bending, twisting, veering off faraway domains, some bright, some dark, some comforting and some fearful. And as you see these, and if you wish, you can point them out to Cecil as well. Anyone who would like to roll for me an Arcana or a Religion here. Okay,
There it
Avi.
is.
Hey,
All right.
listen, I guess I just needed the sense knocked into me.
No.
Unfortunately, Bracken, they're just tunnels.
Yeah.
Avi, Z, you recognize these domains somewhat. They resemble the different veils, the different planes of Velenara, the realms beyond the Veil of Mortalis. You see the heavens and hells of Veil de Domnar. You see Veil de Fera, Veil de Anatora, and more. And I will say that with your Arcana checks, they're high enough. And then if Bracken or Cecil would like to roll Arcana checks here for extra information.
Oh, there we go.
Cecil, you're not quite sure what all of this means, but Avi, Z, Bracken, the implications here revealing to you there is a connection. One from that has threaded itself through the other realms in the Veiled. It's pulling the power and influence from elsewhere. It shifts, it seems, from time to time, but a strain is present. Bracken, to you the tunnels are moving and there's energy that flows down them.
The tunnels are moving. There's energy that's flowing down.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, of course.
Avi and Z are more eloquently able to explain the connection to the veils.
The tunnels are all wacky and they got juice running through them.
It is strange. It's, I mean, I understand it, but it's incomprehensible, if I'm being honest. Literally speaking.
Well, we're here to follow it, aren't we?
Well, why don't you roll for me intelligence or wisdom checks here, everybody?
So just straight up wisdom? Or that's wisdom, intelligence?
Straight up intelligence or wisdom.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Bracken's growing a beard by stroking it as we speak.
I mean, you are in an ethereal realm. You could have a spectral beard right now.
Heck yeah.
From what your companions are explaining, Bracken, it somewhat makes sense to you. Not quite in the veiled, but for the energies and to overcome the shifting and the strains, you need to find yourself a way to anchor your powers to one particular plane of existence. To reduce the fluctuations coinciding with your powers that shift from domain to domain. It's like finding an area to moor a ship in changing waters.
I don't know about all that boat stuff.
You would know enough about waters and shifting. May not have paid attention to it extensively, but you know the basic understanding of it.
I will relay this to them.
We just pick one.
Yeah.
Well,
The sound of things.
I think that the one that I guess is connected all of us together.
I will say, again, this is not a transportive ritual. This was a ritual to view, to see. You're not really in these places. You just have the understanding now of what is going on here. Perhaps then you can, with the idea of how to overcome the energies, return. And perhaps Lady Araxibus could point you in the direction to perhaps tie yourselves to create these anchors. But this is just a visual.
Well, I guess we find a place to, I guess, establish a connection, unless I'm wrong in that assumption.
Oh, we can't do anything from here.
Yes, I guess you're right. This is. I was hoping for more answers. Like, all of this just. You can tell Z's frustrated. I thought there would be more.
We don't always get the answers, though. We won't.
It just seems all of this woo mystical spiritual stuff, and there's just no concrete answer.
There rarely is a.
Yeah, usually you get a better answer out of a fortune cookie if you ask me.
Why don't we get back? Maybe your Exodus can explain this better to us.
Yeah, I agree. Just, I just sometimes don't think I fully understand anything. I feel like I do, but
See, we're all in the same boat together. None of us know what's going on. But we'll figure it out.
your words are very comforting to me. I'm glad that you're here to help, I guess. I don't know how else to put it.
I think you put it together pretty well. I'm glad you're here.
So, you are in the ethereal, or in an ethereal realm, and you have to make your way back. However real it feels to you in this moment, you do know that you are not currently present in this place. But where you stand is in front of a gateway. It is bright. You do not know where it leads. But you also don't quite know how you entered in this place. You saw the threads shifting and changing, but there was smoke. Even the best of you, the more perceptive of you during the ritual, weren't quite privy to a doorway or a tunnel. So what do you do to try and leave?
Could we try the gateway?
Do you try the gateway?
I think yes. That would, in Z's mind, that's the only logical reason to possibly leave.
So Z walks through the gateway that is brightly lit. And disappears amongst your group.
Wherever they ended up, we can't let them go alone.
I agree. Cecil will rush off the same
I'll
direction.
follow Cecil.
Bracken, do you follow your companions?
Yes, I will follow.
Okay.
I want to split the group.
Each of you begin to blink. Begin to feel a little drowsy as you come to consciousness. Each seated in a chair, plush. And you are in one of the meeting rooms, one of the gathering areas on the ground floor of the Ravenmere Manor. And seated here, closing her book, is the scarlet-skinned tiefling Lady Raxibus. As she looks to each of you, her molten golden eyes taking in your wakening appearances. Well, I see you have returned. That itself is auspicious. You must tell me, then, of what you see and learned. And we can get to what you might share and speak with your Axibers after our next ad break. So, stick around with us. We will be right back to continue this story this evening with a recounting of what was experienced in the ethereal realm. How you moved from the dining room into a more comfortable area, and what exactly you must do to go forward. But all of that will come after our ads. So you can hang out, you can chat, but please don't leave us or mute the ads, though you can turn down the volume. Ads are a huge part of how we keep our games affordable here at Wildewitch RP. You can also make a direct donation. We've got a link for my Ko-fi on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help support us here at Wildewitch RP, but also unlock awesome perks for the entire Wildewitch RP community, perks that benefit our everyone who plays with us. These include double treasure, double XP, special companions, and even new quests. So stick around with us. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and you are waking up in a more comfortable space than perhaps on the floor or in one of the dining room chairs. You are on couches and in more plush seating, and your rack space, it seems, has been overlooking you all during the state that you were in as you traveled through the ethereal realm. So, what do you all do? Do you speak? Do you check on your companions? In these waking moments after your journey, what are your actions?
I'll make sure to do a quick glance at each of my friends. Make sure they're waking up, doing okay.
Nope, everyone seems to be here.
Abby, are you okay? You went down in there.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Well, if you decide you're not fine, please let us know.
I will. I'll say something. I might not look great, but you know.
We might need to take a day R&R after this.
If there is time, we still do not know what you had seen.
Right. So so there was a bunch of threads. Which then kind of stretched into tunnels. And there were two that were kind of. Was it one or two that were like strained?
No. The connections,
Mm-hmm.
these threads that turned into tunnels, it all seemed that they were straining. There's always a connection, but it always seemed to shift, which is probably what creates that unstable nature.
Got it. I will say that.
Okay. Then it seems that you need an anchor. A place to put these threads, sew them so that they do not stray. It does not bode well. Off the top of my mind, it is a exertion of tremendous energy. it would be a risk to yourselves greatly and to those around you. Anyone who would like to roll an Arcana check here? It's back to being mumbo jumbo for Bracken here.
Of course it is.
Cecil, you're also, this is a little bit above what you're typically capable of. You don't really do much with the magic. But Avi, Z, a little bit more closer tied to the arcane, what your Axibase is saying makes sense. The amount of energy flowing through the veils at any given time, why, it is great. And then consequently, your threaded connection to any of the domains of Elenara. There's no way to do this without a tremendous cost of energy.
Found a way to gather this energy, and we went back. How dangerous would it be?
Yeah. Going back would not be perhaps the best interest. Though if you bring the materials, of course we can always make a return trip. But going forward, that should be your goal. Finding a place to tether yourselves. Anyone who would like to, as your Axibase says this, roll a survival or history check. There's a reason why Z was asking. Avi, with a 23. You recall your fight in the street when you had met Natriana, where the energies seemed to kind of be unstable. And that was just a small, unaccounted for outburst. What you'd be doing is deliberate and could stretch far wider. You would perhaps do best in perhaps finding a, instead of just a perhaps metaphorical location of where to tether yourself, such as deciding on which of the veils. Perhaps what your Axibase means is finding an actual space for this ritual, as your mind thinks a remote location would be best, a place where you can't put other people in harm. At least not unintentionally. Maybe out in the wastelands, or underground in the Shadow Grim.
We need somewhere remote. Somewhere other people can't get hurt. Sure, with some research, it shouldn't be too hard.
Would a place away from Gloomnor even be safe?
It depends on where you head, your Axibase would say. If you travel out into the wastelands, there are roaming soul feasters and other creatures that might happen upon your group. Not ideal.
Well, we happened to run into some while we were in the...
Well, that is interesting. You see that her eyebrows raise a bit, and this doesn't seem to be something she had expected to hear.
Avi almost died because of this.
And that is unfortunate, but Avi has survived. And while a connection would have been severed, her body would still be here, and perhaps could have been brought back. Death is not eternal, and as Euraxis says that, she motions to the area around you, and you recall that you are in Gloom Noir, a city primarily made of and operating with undead. But back to your anchoring situation. If you are looking for safety, security, and seclusion, there is an entrance, I know, here in the city that leads down to a disused catacomb, one connected to the Shadow Green. It should suffice.
Yeah,
If
that could work.
you are willing to accept such aid.
But how many rituals and how much research are we going to be able to do before we finally solve anything? I just don't understand why it is just thing after thing after thing. And you know what I've gone. You know what we all have gone.
You're right.
And yet you're putting us more through all of this again and again. I'm
You-
sorry, I stepped out of...
are feeling emotions. And that is fine. I understand what you have gone through. And it seems that this was a strain. And yes, these rituals can be taxing. But the information so far has been worth it, no?
I think so.
Yes.
You have progressed so much further by pushing envelopes. That is the study that I have devoted my life to. And I will continue to assist should you ask for it. I understand that it is not the answers that you had hoped to seek when you sought me out. But those answers that you are looking for will do you no well if these veil burns consume. One problem at a time.
Yes, I understand. And I apologize again, Raxibus.
I am not terribly slighted. Your apology is accepted. But we will have to make some traveling. Not far. As I said, the entrance does lie within the city. But you do seem worn and weary from what you have seen. If you would like to rest for this day, and we can set out in the morning.
I think I need to sleep on this. This is way too much.
Well then, I'm sure that I will be able to find myself able to take one of the guest rooms as an accommodation. Lady Irwithel has been quite pleasant company. I'm sure we can continue conversations. I bid you all a good rest. Think upon my offer. And should we be ready to travel out in the morning, we may go after breakfast. And Euraxibus will stand, take the book that she had been reading off of the table beside her chair, and head off to find a staff member so she may speak with the lady of the manor. And you all are left after such a experience.
I once again apologize to all of you for seeing me like that.
I don't think an apology is necessary.
It's cool. What we do is stressful. It happens.
I need to go lay down.
We have a lot to think about. Maybe we should all rest.
I'm still a little scratched up. I could use some sleep.
As you find yourselves in the rooms that you have been allowed for your stay here, you pass by some of the clocks and you realize that morning has come and gone, and so too has most of the day during your trip across the realms. It seems that it was more taxing than you thought. But you all made your way back onto the side of whatever veil and barrier you had crossed in that ritual. And you can find yourselves easily resting. And as you rest, why don't we get some thoughts? What you are thinking of, what your plans may come to be from each of our figures. And why don't we start with Z, who had left first? A room has been provided for you. A standard guest room. And what is going through your mind as you rest? Or at least attempt to?
The thing that's going across Z's mind is trying to, I guess, make sense of it all. Even though they seem to understand, their brain is just not fully grasping it. And they're angry and they think of people that they've lost and how they became Veilburn. Everything. They try to go to sleep, but all they could see is that night. Just fire, and destruction, and death, and screaming, and just that's all they can see when they close their eyes. It's just death.
It's strange. You are in the realm of death, of decay. But your mind settles on a night, on another veil, where all of that came crashing down and filled your life to an extent and a brim that even here, where it is all around you, in your hosts, in the staff, in the people that you have seen on the streets, it is never as enough as it was that night. A night filled with fires of black and white. And it is those thoughts that carry you off to an fitful rest. But a rest nonetheless. Avi, you are the next to move, to leave your group, to go in search of rest. And what fills your mind as you are resting?
Um, I don't think Avi would move to go to sleep right away.
Mhm.
She's on the bed, her knees to her chest, her lute at her feet, and she's just kind of plucking strings. I think she's worried that she's not strong enough. She took maybe 3 hits, and that was enough. And if this new ritual is as taxing and draining as it's been described, she's worried she won't be able to survive it. And she doesn't want to leave what she has.
Your thoughts. A somber note. And it comes through in some of the plucks. Mindless. A bit more sharp. They don't play as smoothly, as easily in those darker spirals, which pulls you out for a moment. But then, of course, they come back. You don't know, Avi, if you are strong enough. But you do know, deep inside of you, that you don't want to leave everything that you've found, everything that you've now hold close to you. And if you want to keep holding, you know that you have to try. And while you may not have found sleep right away, somber as it is, you do find rest. Bracken, what does your mind look like during your rest? What is happening with Bracken?
Bracken feels kind of stressed about that situation. This is the first time he felt like he'd lost some of his vitality or strength, whatever it may be. Even if, it could be temporary or anything like that, he's worried about not being able to catch all the punches he needs to for everybody else.
Bracken, for so long you have stand as a protector, a defender, and sure, your attacks may have been offensive in some areas of your life, but it was always for the right reasons, for the right causes, for the right people. And you're a bit shaken because for a moment you worry, what happens if you fall? Sure, there was a moment before with a fire and a bad accident, but you were able to come back from that. Will it be so easy the next time? Will someone be around to help the next time? What happens if it's in battle and your friends are overwhelmed? The thoughts are discomforting, but it is something that you are thinking of as you find your rest this evening. And Cecil, as you head off to rest, what overcomes your mind?
Before retiring fully, could you go outside somewhere and look at the sky? And what does it look like here?
The sky here is dark. It is almost an ever-present night. There is no sun that you have seen. But as you look out at the sky, as it is strange, the moon here never seems to be in one place. But it always stays when you're looking at it.
Well, his eyes would be naturally drawn to the moon, and he'd be reminded of his twin sister back home. He reflects about growing up and imagining, maybe even playing a game with her about what it would be like to ever leave their home, travel the world, see things that no one in their home had ever seen. But here he is, after being cast out, having at least a feeling of freedom, but after digesting everything, which took him a while to really understand, he finds that these invisible strings are taut and pulling in different directions through the Veils, not even just through his own world, and that upsets him because he feels like he's tied down and trapped again and at the mercy of some unseen force. And then there's still a thread pulling him home, and that's the one that he can still feel the most in his heart. So he's not happy.
Then a mind on home and a mind beyond split. There are so many things beyond what seemed like a simple exiling at one point. But now you've been pulled so far, and while there's still a tie to home, is it as strayed? And is it as strained and fraying as the ties that seem to hold your very essence to the different veils? You do what best you can to nurture it from this distance, but who knows what's on the other side? And if they are doing the same. Rest comes to all of you. Not all of you alone, but all of you. You can take a long rest on your sheets. And as morning comes, feeling fully refreshed as any hit point maximum reductions are gone, this is where our session ends. So, thank you to our players for playing. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildewitch.com. Check us out there. Join us in our Discord to jump in a game yourself, and of course, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.